Yo dudes! Welcome to a 5-ingredient vegan bakewell. This is always one of my favorite summer desserts. Did you know, it originated from a town in England known Bakewell. This is elegant, this is almondy with a frangipan kind of pastry, short crust pastry on the bottom, jam on the inside, and we've added in a few extra raspberries and flaked almonds to go next level. First step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna blind bake our short crust pastry. I've got one roll of short crust pastry, which we have thawed. It is vegan, and I'm just gonna pop it in and just bring it right up to the sides as you see here. Now I'm gonna blind bake it. So I literally have a piece of baking parchment with about 300 grams of mixed beans, and I'm gonna bring this to the corners. What this means is that it's not gonna puff up and it's just gonna bake evenly into beautiful short crust pastry. I'm gonna bake this 180 degrees for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take it out, take the beans out and bake it for another 5 minutes just to evaporate any of the trapped moisture. Okay, while our short crust pastry is cooking or blind baking in the oven, I'm gonna mix ingredients for our frangipan. Frangipan is a fancy name for an almond pastry, which is so delicious. And as with most doughs, it's simply mixing the dry, mixing the wet, and incorporating them. So first step, we're gonna sieve in our dry ingredients. Okay, we're gonna sieve in our dry ingredients. First step, I have 125 grams of self-raising flour, sieve that in. Next step, I have 175 grams of powdered, also known as icing sugar. Sieve that in, and finally I have 200 grams of ground almond. Do your best to sieve in the ground almond. You'll see after a while it just doesn't sieve too well, and just pour it in. Mix it all nicely, and we're gonna mix our wet ingredients. So this 5-ingredient bakewell is based on the assumption that everyone has access to water at home and a little bit of oil. So please bear with me and please excuse me. So I have 120 ml of tap water, which I'm just pouring into the jug here, and then on top of that I'm putting 150 ml of just simple neutral tasting vegetable oil. Pop them in together and give them a nice mix. So before we incorporate the wet and dry ingredients, I'm just gonna take the beans out of our blind baked short crust pastry. Okay, back to the frangipan. We're gonna mix our wet ingredients into our dry and just mix them until they're nicely incorporated. Look at that. Short crust pastry has dried out. Time to take it out and allow it to cool before we assemble this beautiful bakewell. Okay, our short crust pastry is cooled. It's not fully cooled. I only let it kind of cool for 5 minutes, but it's now kind of gone hard, gone firm, and it's ready to put in our jam. So I have 200 grams of raspberry jam. I'm just gonna pour it in and smoothen it out. So our frangipan has gone nice and firm and ready to go. I'm just gonna pour it in carefully on top of the jam, making sure to ensure there's a beautiful division of layers. Doesn't spread that easily, so it's much easier just with 2 spoons, just kind of almost just deliberately placing it around it. Okay, you can bake it as it is to keep it 5 ingredients. But if you do want to make it a little bit fancier, we're going to put in just some raspberries and flaked almonds. Just, you know, I think it's the little things that make things great. It does taste really great, but if you want to take it even very great, just put some raspberries and flaked almonds through it. Okay, pastry tastes fab. Frangipan is beautiful. I've preheated our oven to 180 degrees Celsius. That's fan assisted. I'm going to bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes until it goes nice and golden. Okay, I've taken it out of the oven. It looks magnificent. Really important step, and probably one of the hardest parts of this whole recipe, is to leave it cool in the tray. So I left this to fully cool. I actually put it in the fridge for a good hour. It's cool, it's ready to go. It's time to slice this beautiful bakewell. Okay, that's a more polite size finger. You know, looks gorgeous. I think the addition of the extra raspberries and almonds, like, this is always one of my favorite desserts, and it has that lovely crumb, like, just, anyway, here we go. I think the bit that is so nice is it's very multi-textural. Excuse me spitting. You have the crispy base, you have the soft gooey frangipan, and then you have that jammy layer in the middle, and you're getting the pocket of burst of raspberry, little bit of flaked almond. This is one of my favorite recipes, perfect for summer, perfect for winter, just delicious. You know, thanks for watching. Thanks for allowing this to be a 5-ingredient bakewell. Anyway, thanks for watching, lots of love. I hope you enjoy it. Please let us know on social media what you think. If you do make it, and thanks for watching. Cheers!